gentlemen, please join us in extending a warm Memorial Field welcome to our guests and visitors tonight, the Gators of Gateway High School.
The golden glow of late summer falls upon State College, Pennsylvania, as the Gateway Gators make the 2-hour trip up Route 22 and I-99 to take on the State College Little Lions. Adam Gusky on the call for you this evening, joined by our director and camera operator, Lee Schaefer III. Thanks for joining us here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. It was a Omen's duty to get everything working here this evening, but we got it done in plenty of time for kickoff, just for our viewers all across the globe interested in Gateway Gators football. Gateway has taken the field, and State College now takes the turf here at Memorial Field, a historic field that has its history dating back over 120 years, and we'll talk more about that as the afternoon goes on. Now, this is a rematch of a game from a year ago back in Monroeville, Pennsylvania, and it was a big win for State College, 49-14 over the Gateway Gators, and State College used that as a springboard for a great season as they went 11-2 overall, won the 6A District 6 title for the fourth year in a row, ended up losing to Pittsburgh Central Catholic in the PIAA quarterfinals. Conversely, the Gateway Gators, they missed the playoffs for the first time in the Don Hall era, finishing 3-7 overall, and they were 2-4 within conference play. But there were 3 games for the Gators in conference where Gateway had an opportunity to win and ended up losing by 2 points once and 1 point 2 times. So a very difficult season for Gateway last year. They look to bounce back this year. They've got a lot of returning talent that should be able to help matters for Gateway here in 2025 under 10th year head coach Don Hall. As we take a look on the field, across the field are the Gateway Gators in the white uniforms, white jerseys, gold pants, black lids. And on the near sideline are the State College Little Lions. State College, they wear the burgundy jerseys, white pants, burgundy helmets. Gateway is going to be led by sophomore quarterback Elvis Koutsakis on the offensive side. This year, a year ago, Koutsakis was 15 of 25 in his freshman debut for 194 yards and 2 touchdowns, but 3 interceptions as well for the Gateway Gators against State College. He threw the ball 3 times to Casey Carter, who caught those passes for 108 total yards and the team's only 2 touchdowns of the game.
State high football.
As we take a look at Gateway on the defensive side, Jackson Smith's going to be the key returning starter on the defensive side. The junior, one of those captains out there at the middle of the field wearing number 10. Joined by Carlos Diggs, who's headed to Maine. Talked about Koutsakis already, the QB wearing number 12. And number 54 out there, Kane Mbandi, headed to Bucknell. So the Gators already with a smattering of D1 prospects heading into this 2025 season. We thank you for joining us here on our live stream. Now, if there are any issues with our live stream due to our bandwidth limitations, we will have a complete recording of this broadcast for you coming up later today, or probably more like tomorrow, on our Gateway Gator Productions page.
By standing as one and helping us honor the wonderful life and legacy of Brad Keller.
And we now await the ceremonial coin flip. The official coin flip happened earlier this evening.
State College, you won the toss. You've elected to defer. Is that correct? Gateway, you're going to receive the football. State College, you're going to defend that goal and kick this way, correct? Gentlemen, would you line up right there? Gateway right here. To start today's ball game, Gateway will receive. Guys, shake hands. Bring them out. We're ready to go.
And once again, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in offering a warm and heartfelt Memorial Field round of applause.
Again, it's the Gateway Gators and the State College Little Lions here at Memorial Field, just down the road from State College High School and within walking distance of Penn State leave to begin this football game. So we will see the Gators offense first.
Fans, it is now time to stand as one for the
Shane Marowski, the junior, will kick off.
Are you
Two Gators back deep to return. Terrance Cole
football
and Nazir Diggs. Long shadows falling across the field, reaching the 40-yard line, and that will progress as the evening goes on. As we are now underway here in State College, PA, as this one will carry back through the hands of the return man and into the end zone for a touchback. Diggs initially looked like he was going to catch it and bring it out of there, but instead it will just be a touchback and Gators football at the 20-yard line. There's also a flag down on the field, so we'll get the update from our officiating crew here in State College, PA.
During the kick, holding, kicking team number 6. That's a 10-yard penalty from the 20-yard line on the touchback. First down.
So instead of 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Gators, it'll be 1st and 10 from the 30 for the visiting Gateway Gators. Talked about Koutsakis, 5'10", 170-pound sophomore. Nearly 1,600 yards a year ago, playing in just 8 games for the Gators. Tossed 14 touchdown passes, including 2 300-yard performances and a 5-touchdown game against the Armstrong Riverhawks on the road in a windstorm of epic proportions. Motion man to the left side. Koutsakis looks left, throws left, pass complete to that far boundary. And with the catch forced out of bounds is Jaden Stammer, with a positive pickup for Gateway of a handful, bringing up 2nd down and 5.
Reception by Jaden Stammer, gain of 5. On the play, it'll be 2nd and 5.
And it's Koutsakis in the shotgun. He's deployed 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Play action, looks right, throws right, pass complete. Carter, who had a huge game against State College a year ago, pulls that one in for a gain of 11. And the Gators stay on time, but there's a flag down here on the near numbers. Long conversation with the officials, and this seems to be pretty common early in the season, but things start to pick up the pace for teams and officiating crews as the season progresses, and this initial calls against the Gators.
Ineligible receiver, downfield on the offense. 5-yard penalty, repeat, 2nd down.
So the Gators go from 1st and 10 approaching midfield to 2nd down and 10 back at the 30, where this drive started for the Gateway Gators, as Malik Blake steps over the football. High snap through the hands of Koutsakis. It's scooped up by the sidecar and Tristan Houston. He stumbles down to the turf, back inside of the 20 at the 19-yard line.
Trace Brennan on the tackle for State College.
I misspoke there on the quarterback, or on the center rather. That was Roberson Louise June, longtime starter for Gateway in the middle of that line. We'll talk more about that offensive line as the evening progresses as well. Over on the right side, we've got the senior Craig Schultz. Next to him, Sena Egbadzi. Gators pinch 2 receivers on that left side of the formation here on 3rd down. 3rd and long, Koutsakis flushed, hits a crossing man. It's Stammer, and Stammer gets hit along the sideline. He'll pick up a gain of 10, but that is far from enough for the Gateway first down.
Gain of 9 on the play.
So that brings up 4th down, and the
It's
Gateway punt
4th
unit
down.
will come onto the field. And who will punt for Gateway this year? It will start with Jackson Smith, the junior, one of the reserve quarterbacks for Gateway. Of course, the star linebacker for Gateway, who has been a starter in the middle of that defense since his freshman season. High snap, gathered in. Smith, a knuckler. Gathered in by the return man for State College, Hank Lustig, and Lustig is brought down as he carries it inside of Gateway territory to the 48-yard line.
State College will have 1st and 10 at the Gateway 48.
Next up for Gateway, next Friday night, home game against the North Allegheny Tigers, and we will have the coverage for you right here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. Kickoff scheduled for 7 p.m. from Pete Antamarino Stadium. Shotgun formation for the State College Little Lions. The wing motions from left to right. Hard count. Gateway defensive front stays put. Linebacker showing blitz. And State College reads that from Colin Ireland. And now the QB runs to the right in Kellen Williams, and Williams will be brought down after a gain of just one. Handful of Gators are in there on that tackle, and there's flags down as well. These teams have only been in pads for 2 full weeks now. They had heat acclimation starting 2 weeks ago. Then last week, a full week of training camp with scrimmages on Friday or Saturday night, respectively. And then here on the first week of the season, affectionately known as Week 0 in the state of Pennsylvania. Both these teams play their first game of the year. And this is the rematch of last year's game between the Gators and the State College Little Lions that went well in favor of State College. And the officials still talking things over. Now talking with 10-year head coach of the Gateway Gators, Don Hall.
Coach, on the offense, that penalties decline, 2nd down.
So Gateway will decline the penalty. They'll accept the result of the play instead. So a gain of just about a yard brings up 2nd down and 9. As the ball approaches that 48-yard line. Low snap gathered in by the QB, and Deontay Sheffey is met after leaping over the line of scrimmage and brought down.
Brought down by Kyvan and Bandy.
And Bandy on the tackle for Gateway.
3rd down, State College.
Talked about him, Bandy headed to Bucknell. As it's now 3rd down and 6 for the Little Lions as they send a man in motion from right to left. And as Kellen Williams takes the snap, there's movement before the snap.
Defense, number 50.
This time it's Gateway who breaches the neutral zone. Sena Egbadzi, the 6', 265-pound senior two-way lineman for Gateway. And that brings up a 3rd and very manageable, less than 1 yard here. New quarterback in there. It's Sheffey at the Wildcat. Fakes the handoff. Hit wrapped and brought down shy of the line of scrimmage as Gateway had been able to work their way into the defensive backfield, or offensive backfield rather, and it's Kayan and Bandy on the tackle for Gateway.
On the play, Ivan and Bandy on the tackle. 4th down, stay high.
And the wingman motions under center, hard count, and this time Bandy breaches the neutral zone, and it will be a 1st down for State College as the pre-snap penalties continue.
Defense, 5-yard penalty results in the 1st down.
So 2 pre-snap penalties against Gateway this drive cost them a total of 10 yards and gives State College the 1st down as the ball gets moved inside of the 35 to the 34-yard line. Huge crowd on the near side for State College. Nice travel crowd for Gateway along the far side, and some State College fans. Quick power glitch on our camera. We missed a play there, and it was a 1st down, a deep pass headed down the near sideline for State College, and it leads to a State College 1st and goal, ball at the 7 as it'll be handed off, and Sheffey is met in the backfield as Gateway was able to make that stop.
Monte Sheffey on the carry. Loss of 1.
Play clock winding down to 10. Running to the near side left, it's Sheffey, and he is shouldered to the boundary. The Gators there to make the stop. Carlos Diggs leading the charge for Gateway.
Monte Sheffey on the carry.
And the Bronx cheers for the sound effects finally ceasing. Some new bells and whistles here at Memorial Field, and the crew here at State College trying to learn how they work. So it's 3rd down and goal, the ball at the 4. Play action, QB runs to the right, he'll get hit near the goal line. That's Kellen Williams. Does he surge his way into the end zone? The officials find out that he is at the bottom of the pile in the end zone with the ball, and a State College touchdown. Shane Marowski comes on to kick the PAT for the State College Little Lions. Flags come in again on this PAT. Now on this drive for State College, there was a flag against State College for encroaching the line of scrimmage, and then 2 against Gateway, including one that ended up giving State College a 1st down. And another encroachment penalty against the Gateway defense will move the ball half the distance to the goal, and they'll retry the kick.
Chosen to decline the yardage.
Now State College will decline the yardage. Is everybody getting those wrinkles ironed out? And to shake the rust off here at the beginning of the 2025 season in week 0. And movement on the left side of the defensive line for Gateway, and the right wing for State College, also with the pre-snap motion. So this one again against Gateway. We'll move the ball half the distance to goal. And it looks like State College may bring the offense on here to attempt a 2-point conversion instead of the point after touchdown. QB Kellen Williams. Motion man left to right. Anderson Fry. Toss right side. Fry. He can't hang on to the football on his way down to the turf. And incomplete. And State College, who attempted the PAT, then after 2 penalties decides to go for 2. And it's now 6-0 State College on top of the Gateway Gators. So Gateway's offense will get the ball again here. Second opportunity with it here in State College, Pennsylvania. Said we'd talk a bit more about this stadium. Now, originally this stadium was a dump for the town, and the land was donated to the school district, and for several years they couldn't quite figure out what to do with it. And then the school board decided they'd clear the land. They put in a running track initially, and then as time went on, construction, and this became the primary athletic field for State College High School. And it really is sandwiched in the middle of a town. And a great crowd, lots of people on hand to take in this football game. And this is move-in time for Penn State, so a bustling burg around this central Pennsylvania town. As this kickoff will carry down towards the goal line and bounce off the chest of the Gateway return man. It's then scooped up by Stammer. Stammer running left, met by a pair of little lions and forced to the turf over there on that far side. Looked like Mason Evans was the first one there for State College.
Tackle made by Noah Williams.
Noah Williams also in on that stop.
Gateway will have first.
So it'll be Gateway's ball, first down and 10 at the 12. We saw Gateway go to the air exclusively on their first drive, and Elvis Koutsakis, a young man nicknamed Dino, who had nearly 1,600 yards. Distributed the ball to Stammer and Carter on that first drive. Off of play action, Koutsakis, he's going to tuck and run to the near sideline, and he'll step to the boundary. As he approached that first down marker, they will mark him out of bounds at around the 20-yard line. That'll bring up second down and 2. A year ago against State College,
on the play, it'll be second.
Koutsakis ran for 32 yards. Amari Gans ran the ball 14 times for 55 yards a season ago against State College, and Gans now playing in the college ranks. So we'll talk about some of the Gators that have moved on after this particular play as the Gators go to the ground. Running to the left-hand side is Gateway's Tristan Houston, and Houston will be brought down as he crosses the 30.
Houston on the carry. Flags are down.
There are flags down as a Gator lost his lid in the midst of the play. And we will iron out what this penalty is out near the 31-yard line.
Sideline warning.
It's a sideline warning against Gateway.
Sideline warning does not include distance enforcement. Number 50, Gateway must leave the game for one play as his helmet came off.
Well, that was well delivered by our referee, Sena Egbadzis, the young man who lost his lid and is out of the game for a play. Julius Clark, the sophomore, steps in at right guard. We saw Clark a season ago step in at center at times for Gateway. As the motion man goes from left to right, and Carter, toss goes to Carlos Diggs. Diggs digs in and drives his way forward out towards the first down flag, where he's forced out of bounds at around the 46-yard line, so a gain of 9 on first down, brings up second down and 1 for Gateway as the Gators now moving the ball. Now they moved the ball early in their first drive as well. That stalled due to some penalties and a snap between between the center, Louis June, and the quarterback Koutsakis that went over Koutsakis' head and had to be run down by Gateway. Now Diggs will motion to the left of the formation as Gateway goes to the ground. It's Tristan Houston who picks up the first down out towards the 49 before he's driven back by a few of those burgundy jerseys.
Gain of 2, first down Gateway.
And on the tackle, Kareem Mustafa.
Making the tackle for State College.
Also on the stop, Eli Hanukkah. So 1st and 10 here for Gateway, approaching midfield. Koutsakis claps his hands, and State College shows their hand. Handoff again, Houston slides out of a tackle. He's off to the races, down the near numbers, and finally brought down inside of the 30 as the tackle is made by Kareem Mustafa.
Gain of 23 on the play. Kareem Mustafa makes the tackle for State College.
1st and 10 for Gateway, ball's at the 28. Koutsakis going to keep it himself, running to the right off of the option. Steps out of bounds along the near boundary after he picks up about a handful of yards, bringing up second and a manageable 5 as the Gators continue to stay on schedule.
Gain of 5.
Clock winding down to 10 on the play clock as the sun continues to set behind the buildings to our right-hand side. And Koutsakis looking right, and there were 2 Gators on the far numbers, and I think one of those 2 was the intended receiver, and one of those 2 not on the same page with Koutsakis. Koutsakis with sidecars to both sides as he catches the shotgun snap. Looks right, throws right, and the pass is intercepted. An ill-advised pass by Koutsakis there as Anderson Fry was standing in front of the intended receiver in Jaden Stammer. And Gateway, who had the ball inside of State College territory, turns it over.
Jaden Stammer on the tackle. First down, State College at the Little Lions 32. Keen Furmanek on the carry. Jaden Stammer and Tristan Huston on the tackle. No gain, 2nd and 10.
First down play for State College, no gain.
Failure to wear proper equipment. Number 0 on the offense. Number 0 will be placed one place till his equipment is legally worn.
So Deontay Sheffey is pulled from the game by the officiating crew, and I think it's because he had his pants rolled up well beyond his knees. And you know, that's certainly something that you see on the college level is players that have silver dollar sized knee pads and their pants way up above their knees, but that is not legal in the college or in the high school level.
This is timeout. Failure to wear proper equipment. Number 6 on the offense. Number 6 will be replaced. One play till his equipment is legal.
Dancear Code also guilty of something similar. State College going to the ground here on 2nd down and 10, and Rowan Walker
on the carry.
is brought down after picking up a first down, a gain of about a dozen on that play.
Spotted at the 44-yard line of State High. That is a State High first down.
Down under 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. State College 6, Gateway 0. We thank you for joining us here at State College High School.
Prior to the delay of game, timeout, State College. Their first charge timeout of the half.
State College takes a timeout. That'll give us an opportunity to take a breather too. Tune into Gateway Football here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. First and 10 for State College. Pass goes to the right-hand side where it's caught by Anderson Fry, and he is met right near the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Ian Woods.
Fry for a 1-yard gain.
Gain of just about 1 there, brings up 2nd down and 9. Ball at the 45-yard line for the State College Little Lions. Skeleton crew here making the 2-hour and 15-minute trip from Monroeville, Pennsylvania, up Route 22 and I-99 to State College. Adam Gusky on the call for you. Lee Schaefer III, our director and camera operator. A false start against State College. I talked about earlier, shaking off some rust. Well, this has certainly been indicative of that throughout the first 9 minutes of football. So again, 3:03 to play here in the first quarter. State College on top of Gateway 6-0. Motion man from right to left. Williams rolls to his left, throws to the near side left, and the pass is incomplete. The intended receiver, Max Vandemia. Vandemia, the freshman.
3rd and 14.
And that incomplete pass brings up 3rd down and 14 for the Little Lions with the ball back at the 40. Williams looks right, throws right, finds a receiver, and that receiver, he's going to spin his way forward and get close to first down yardage for State College as it's Dante Sheffey wearing number 0. The senior, 5 feet 10, 205 pounds. 3-year letterman for State College.
Officials timeout for an injured player.
So the Gators with a player shaken up. They'll bring in an appropriate substitution and get things going again. Here is State College meticulously moving the football. They did so on their first drive, aided a bit by some Gateway penalties as well. And more whistles.
We are still in the officials' timeout.
The play clock gets chopped in, and we are ready for play. With 2:53 to play in the first quarter, with State College on top of Gateway 6-0. Williams looking to the near side left, had a defender in his face as pressure applied there.
Pass incomplete, second
by Tristan
down,
Houston. Houston, who has toted the rock thus far for Gateway several times, in there as a defensive back. Now he's listed as a wide receiver, but has lined up for the most part on one of the sidecars next to Elvis Koutsakis. So 2nd and 10 for State College. I don't think the center, or I don't think the QB and center were on the same page there, and Williams smartly took the snap and just ran to his right-hand side trying to make something out of nothing, and Jackson Smith forces him out of bounds. No gain on the play.
Gain of 1. It'll be 3rd down, State College. Correction, no gain on the play. Third
so it's
down
3rd and 10. Ball's at the 45. None of the offensive linemen moved. Nobody on the field moved other than the center, William Hauser. And smartly catching the snap, Kellen Williams tried to make something out of nothing. So it's 3rd and 10 for State College. It's a motion man from right to left. Williams takes the snap, rolls left, throws to his left-hand side, has a receiver open as the ball gets popped loose, and Gateway will recover the fumble as the pass was caught initially by Hank Lustig. Big hit by the Gators defense, and Carlos Diggs with the fumble recovery.
Pass is complete to Hank Lustig.
Talked about
Fumble
Diggs earlier.
by Gateway.
Headed to Maine to be a Black Bear. Beautiful campus up there. You hear some State College fans say that the one official called it incomplete, but you know, when you watch that in live action, at least, it certainly looked like Hank Lustig caught that football, took a couple of steps, and then took the hard hit by the Gateway defense before fumbling the football, and that's what the vast majority of officials decide to go with, and it will be Gators offense on the field with another opportunity here to tie or take the lead with the possession. Gateway's 3rd possession of this football game as Koutsakis catches the snap, looks left, throws left. Carlos Diggs on the reception for a gain of 5.
Carlos Diggs on the reception from Elvis Koutsakis. Gain of 5 on the play.
Koutsakis, the sophomore, 5'10", 180. One of the few players on the Gateway roster that doesn't have a defensive position. Only the kickers have that next to their names, as well as that pass is completed to Casey Carter, who talked about earlier had a big game against the State College Little Lions last year.
Correction, pass complete to Casey Carter.
Carter last year, 2nd team all-conference at tight end in the Big East.
For State College.
5 touchdowns on his 16 receptions, including an 83-yarder to his credit. Clock winding down to 90 seconds to play in a very long first quarter. 37 minutes since this game was scheduled to kick off, as that pass in the backfield goes for negative yardage as Houston is met in the backfield and brought down at the 40-yard line.
Matt Gall on the tackle for State
Gall
College.
makes the tackle for the Little Lions. After the loss of 3, it's 4th and 5, and Don Hall, he's going to keep the offense on the field here. Koutsakis continues to check with the sideline as the play clock runs down to 5, and Koutsakis will just pooch punt this one. Nobody back for the Little Lions, and this one will take a bounce in front of Gateway. Modest bounce at that. It'll be down by Gateway at the 21-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for State College. So each team with a turnover thus far. State College used their first drive to go 48 yards for a TD. Gateway on their first drive came up empty, ended up having to punt it away. Follow that up, like I said, with that touchdown by State College. Then the Gators were moving the ball well before Koutsakis was intercepted by Anderson Fry. State College moved the ball into Gators territory, and then Hank Lustig was tattooed by a Gator D-back, and when the ball popped loose, it was recovered by Carlos Diggs, giving Gateway their most recent opportunity with the football. Gateway not able to move the ball past midfield, forced to punt it away on a pooch punt by Elvis Koutsakis, and now it's State College with the football yet again, and they'll go to the ground as it's Deontay Sheffey brought down.
Sheffey on the carry for State
Gain
College.
of a couple.
Gain of 2. Kyvan and Bondi on the tackle for
Bondi
Gateway.
in on the tackle for Gateway. Couple substitutions in there, including sophomore Dylan Graham on the defensive front at the right defensive end spot for Gateway. As Gateway showing blitz, Jackson Smith.
After 1 quarter of play, your score, State College 6.
Showing that blitz there,
nothing.
and the whistle blows because the quarter expires. And that'll do it for the first quarter of 2025. We head to the second quarter with the score. State College 6, Gateway 0 here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. State College now heads left to right across your screen here in quarter number 2, leading Gateway 6-0. Adam Gusky on the call for you here this evening. And Schaefer, the third, running our camera and keeping us streaming. He's tucking and running Kellen Williams to the near boundary before he's forced out of bounds by his number mate, Julian Dancear.
Williams on the carry for State College.
Williams forced out of bounds at the 30. Gain of 7 brings up second down. Now they'll move the ball back to the 29-yard line.
Tackle
so
made by
third down
Ian
and
Woods.
2. Motion man from left to right as Gators show their hand a bit here. Jackson Smith comes on the blitz as that pass goes to that left-hand side.
Complete. 4th down, State College.
State College forced to punt. Little Lions down it, and it'll be Gateway football. First down and 10. Back at their own 19-yard line.
At the Gateway 19, first and 10 Gators there.
.11 minutes, 36 seconds remain here in quarter number 2. State College 6, Gateway 0, Gateway. First possession in the second quarter. Koutsakis with some pressure. Sets up the screen, tosses it to the right-hand side. Shuffling his way forward. Tyree Gowder, and Gowder is brought down out across the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Gain of 7 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 3.
So 2nd and 3 for Gateway.
Trace Brennan on the tackle for State College.
Couple of hand claps by Koutsakis, and he will hand off. Running to the left-hand side, Tristan Houston, stiff arm. First down and more for Gateway as he crosses the 35 to the 39-yard line where the ball will be spotted. First and 10 for Gateway. Straight drop back, Koutsakis looks right, throws right, finds Houston. Houston bounces off of one tackler and shimmies his way forward down towards the 40-yard line of the State College Little Lions before he's finally brought down by Rowan Zanoble.
Rowan Zanoble on the tackle for State College. First down, Gateway at the Little Lions 41.
Zanoble, a notable name in this neck of the woods. We talked about that a year ago. To the ground goes Houston, and he's got nowhere to go. This time is in the backfield to make the stop is Matt Gall, amongst others.
Matt Gall in on the tackle, 1-yard loss.
Getting back to Zanoble. 20-plus years ago, Jess Zanoble was a standout basketball player here in central Pennsylvania. Ended up playing collegiately at nearby St. Francis University in Loretto, Pennsylvania. All-time great there, and all-time great in the NEC as well. As this pass goes to the right-hand side, again the Gators screen works well as it's completed to Tyree Gowder.
Is complete to Tyree Gowder.
And Gowder out across the 35 and inside to the 34-yard line before being brought down by
on the tackle
the Little Lions.
3rd and 3 Gateway.
So 3rd and 3 for Gateway. As the clock winding down towards 9 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Hard count by the Gateway QB, Elvis Koutsakis, and State College breaches the neutral zone, and this will cost the Little Lions 5 yards and a first down for the Gateway Gators. Koutsakis off the play action, looks right, throws right, pass high and incomplete. The intended receiver was Jaden Stammer.
Pass is incomplete.
As that sailed over his head on the coverage for State College was Rowan Walker. 6-foot junior.
Second and 10, Gateway.
Koutsakis looks like he's going to tuck and run here and will slide down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. That'll bring up 3rd and 10 for Gateway. And they'll say he actually started his slide a yard deep in the backfield. So it'll be 3rd down and 11 back to the 30-yard line. The initial spot was at the line of scrimmage, but line judge on the near side changes that up. Third and 11 for Gateway as the play clock is down towards 7 in this 6-point game. State College on top of Gateway 6-0. And head coach Don Hall needs to take a timeout and talk things over with his Gateway offense with that play clock winding down, and the Gators with the ball 3rd down and 11 at the 30. Time on the field, we'll pause 2. It's Gateway football on GatewayGatorProductions.com. Just under 8 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Gateway trailing State College 6-0. Gators with the football, 3rd down and 11. Koutsakis off of play action, looking deep. Instead, he'll dump it off to Tristan Houston, but the pass goes awry. That may have been a smart thing for Koutsakis to just toss that one away, because there were a couple of defenders right in the hip pocket of Tristan Houston. So live to fight another day as it's 4th down and 11 now for the Gateway offense. So we've seen the true punt unit come on. When Jackson Smith punted it away, we also saw Elvis Koutsakis pooch punt one. A little quick kick. He's thrown an interception thus far, so let's see what the Gators do on their 4th possession of the game. Here on 4th and 11, low snap. Koutsakis tosses it to the right-hand side, looking for Houston. Houston had a blocker in front of him in Casey Carter, but the pass was off the mark, and a turnover on downs gives the ball over to State College, where it'll be 1st and 10 with the ball at the 30-yard line. Don Hall comes out onto the field to have a chat with Tyree Gowder. And the turnover on downs gives State College an opportunity to build on this 6-0 lead. Talked about it earlier. Next week, Gateway will be at home against North Allegheny. 7 o'clock kickoff against the Tigers, and we will have the coverage for you on that one. Vince Russo and I will be on the call for you in the friendly confines of Pete Antamarino Stadium. Handoff. And driving his way backwards, picking up close to 1st down yardage is Deontay Sheffey. It's now in a quarterback for State College is Connor Kulka, the sophomore, wearing number 10.
Jake Reed on the tackle for Gateway. It's 2nd down.
Kellen Williams got the start at QB, and now in there, like I said, Connor Kulka. Kulka looks left, throws left, and the pass headed towards a tight end who hadn't been able to get free of his defender yet. That incomplete pass brings up 3rd down and 1 for State College with the ball at the 39. And Gateway again falls victim to the hard count by State College's QBs, and that's Monte Lemon that time, the 6-foot senior.
Encroachment, defense, number 58, 5-yard penalty, results in a first down.
So the 5-yard penalty will move State College 5 yards further, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Little Lions with the ball at the 44. Clock right now stopped at 7:12 to play in the second quarter, as we have played less than 17 minutes of football in about 50 minutes of real time. And as driving his way forward is Deontay Sheffey. Continues to drag the pile with him, which includes Colin Ireland.
Sheffey on the run for State College.
And it ends up being a gain of 9.
It'll bring up 2nd down.
And it's 2nd down and 1 for State College with the ball at the 47-yard line. To the ground again go the Little Lions. It's Sheffey going right now, trying to cut his way back left, but that cutback is stalled by Jackson Smith. But more than enough for a State College first down inside of the 40 to the 39-yard line.
On the tackle for Gateway. Ball spotted at the 39-yard line of Gateway. That is a State high 1st down.
Connor Kulka, hands off. Sheffey running left. Diggs runs him down and drags him down for a gain of just
Sheffey
2.
On the carry for State College, gain of 2, brought down by Carlos Diggs. 2nd and 8, Little Lions.
Play clock winding down towards 5:33 to play here in quarter 2. 6-0 State College. Kulka rolls right. Tosses to the right-hand side. And the pass falls incomplete down this near side right. The intended receiver, Anderson Fry, who had a big play earlier today on the interception.
3rd and 8, State high.
Six 0 State College on top of Gateway. 3rd down and 8 for State College with the football at the Gateway 37. Kulka feigns the pitch on the option, runs to his left-hand side, and picks up positive yardage. Wrestled down by Nazir Diggs, the sophomore.
Gain of 4 on the play. Nazir Diggs on the tackle. It'll be 4th down, State high.
Fourth down 4 here for State College. QB is Deontay Sheffey. Play clock is down to 2 seconds and 1. And a timeout taken by the State College Little Lions. That gives us a breather as well. 4:28 to play here in quarter number 2. State College 6, Gateway 0. It's Gateway Football and GatewayGatorProductions.com. Fourth and 4 for State College. After the timeout, Connor Kulka sends a man in motion. Kulka rolls to his right, pumps, throws, pass complete for a State College first down, and still on his feet, finally wrestled down is the Little Lion on the reception.
Is complete to Hank
Pulling that
Lustig.
one in is Hank Lustig.
Fans, your Little Lions have entered the Glen O'Habaker
First
red
and goal
zone.
for State College. So it's 1st and goal for State College. And more Bronx cheers as the sound effects and video only run one time here. To the ground again go the little lines. It's Sheffey running over right end into the end zone for a 7-yard State College
with the 8-yard run
TD.
For a State high touchdown.
Second score of the game for State College. They take advantage of a Gateway turnover on downs. So State College going for 2 here. As Kulka steps back in after getting the play call, and State College is forced to use another timeout.
Third and final, charge timeout of the half.
Scoreboard reads State College 12, Gateway 0, 3:57 to play. It'll be the PAT attempt for State College when we return here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. So again, the 2-point conversion attempt for the State College Little Lions. Motion man from left to right. Kulka rolling right. He's going to tuck and trot his way into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And State College steps out on top 14-0 on the Gateway Gators.
3:57 remaining in the first half.
3:57 to play here in the second quarter.
14,
State College now on
nothing.
top of Gateway 14-0. The remainder of the second quarter coming up here on GatewayGatorProductions.com.
Fans, please stand as one for the Keller kickoff.
Again, the kickoff for State College. So this one carries inside of the 5, and Gateway on the return, and a big crease down that right-hand side. Off to the races goes the big fella for the Gators. Terrance Cole finally shouldered down near midfield. Cole, 5'7", 185, racing down that far boundary.
Recovered by Gateway.
That was a big body, little compact package running down that far side. Terrance Cole.
Gateway will start at the 50-yard line.
So Gateway at midfield, an opportunity to cut into this State College lead with this possession. Koutsakis sends a man in motion off of play action. Koutsakis completes the pass to Tyree Gowder, and then they say the ball was knocked loose before Gowder was able to pull it in and start to move his way downfield. So an incompletion brings up second down and 10. Big hit there in the secondary by the State College secondary. Play clock down to 5 here as the Gators have to hurry things up here. And they get it off with zeros on that play clock just in enough time as Koutsakis finds a wide open receiver inside of the 30 at the 27-yard line. There's a flag down back near the QB though, and this is in the vicinity of holding, so Gateway may be guilty of the hold there. Officials having a conversation And Craig Schultz went off the field there.
Offense, number 75. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot, remains second down.
So Schultz, the guilty party, like I said, goes off the field there. Checking in his stead, Trayshawn Little. Right tackle wears number 66. After the penalty, second down and 20. Toss to the right by Koutsakis. Running down that far sideline is a Gateway Gator. Catching that football, Casey Carter. Initially leading the way was Little, and then Carter broke free and took it inside of the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Gain of 32 on the play, Gateway first down.
Big pickup there for Gateway. 32-yard gain from the 40. The Gateway side of the field, inside of the 30 to the 28. As Koutsakis pulls it out of the belly of a running back and will split defenders and take it into the end zone for a 28-yard TD, but there is a flag down in the Gateway backfield.
Penalty flags are down.
We'll check in with the officials here. In all likelihood, this is going to negate that 28-yard TD.
Formation, 5 men in the backfield on the offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, first down.
So the touchdown wiped off the board. And instead, it will be first down and 15. Play clock winding down to 7. Koutsakis feigns the pitch, instead throws it to the intended receiver, Gowder. Looked like the defender was there early, but not too much protesting from that Gateway sideline, so it will be an incomplete pass and 2nd and 15 for Gateway. Again, Koutsakis had a 28-yard touchdown run wiped off the board after an illegal formation penalty against the Gateway Gators. Not enough men on the line of scrimmage. Just under 3 minutes to play here. State College on top of Gateway, 14-0. Gators looking to score. As it's 2nd and 15, Koutsakis tosses it to the right to Gowder. He bobbles it a couple of times and it falls to the turf, incomplete. And it's probably a good thing that it fell to the turf incomplete, because it would have been a negative play for the Gateway offense. But instead it will be no gain, no loss. 3rd and 15 as the clock stops yet again on another incomplete pass.
Charge timeout. Gateway for a second. Charge timeout and a half.
So Gateway takes a timeout, gives us a chance to take a breath too. 2:52 to play, second quarter. State College 14, Gateway 0 here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. Gateway faces 3rd down and 15. Koutsakis flush to the right-hand side. He'll be wrapped and sacked. Back at the 44-yard line.
With the sack for State College.
Big loss on that play in Gateway, a drive that looked promising. 1st and 10 at the 28.
It's 4th down.
So now it's 4th and very long. 4th and 27 to be exact. With the ball back at the 45, and Jackson Smith will come in to punt. Whistle's blowing as the play clock has run down to zeros. Delay a game against Gateway.
5-yard penalty remains. 4th down.
Gateway at home for the next several weeks. Next week at home against North Allegheny before they host the Plum Mustangs on the first Friday in September. That's September 5th. And on September 12th, Gateway will start Big East Conference play at Pete Antamarino Stadium. As that ball will settle down at the 11. Nice punt.
11-yard line. 1st down, State College.
For Jackson Smith, 1:49 to play here in the second quarter. Gateway trailing 14-0. Next Wednesday, we'll have girls soccer here on GatewayGatorProductions.com as the Gators take on Obama Academy at Pete Antamarino Stadium. Following week, it'll be girls volleyball on Thursday, September 4th, before the aforementioned home football game against the Plum Mustangs. As Kiski goes to the left-hand side, Gateway is all over that one in the backfield. As the officials stop the clock, a nice defensive play there by Gateway's Nazir Diggs. Talked about Gateway lifting the lid on Big East Conference play against the Kiski Cavaliers on Friday, September 12th.
15-yard penalty from the previous spot.
And prior to that, it will be a boys soccer game on Tuesday, September 9th. As Craig Schultz, the guilty party on the roughing the passer penalty. And that'll push the ball out of the shadow of their own end zone for State College, setting them up 1st down and 10 at the 26-yard line. Low snap, gathered in. Kulka looking down that left seam. Try it, a one-handed grab, but he can't pull it in. Good effort, though, there by the intended receiver.
Pass is incomplete for A.J. Fry.
Anderson Fry, the intended receiver.
It's 2nd and 10.
That brings up 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped with 1:33 to play here in the first half. So nearly 20 minutes and 30 seconds played. In real time, we're well over an hour. There's lots of people shaking off the rest, the officials and the teams included. Lots of stoppages here today as Kulka sets up the screen and the pass bounces off the back of the offensive lineman. He was looking for Anderson Fry.
Incomplete. 3rd down and 10.
But initially caromed off the back of that guard over there on the side. And Matt Gall, 6'2", 270-pound junior. Third and 10 for State College. Kulka hands off. Sheffey shakes his way to the near sideline. Picks up close to the 1st down marker before it's forced out of bounds by Julian Dancear.
4th down, State College.
So State College They bring the punt unit on, and then they race on
the carry,
a quarterback to step under center, and he takes the snap, drives his way forward, and picks up a first down for the State College Little Lions. Boy, what a big play there for State College. Lots of trickery there for State College, and now they will clock the ball. After State College picked up the first down, they stopped the clock there with 1:16 to play here in the second quarter. State College on top of Gateway 14-0.
Officials timeout. Please reset the play clock to 25 seconds.
High pass, incomplete. Kulka looking for A.J. Fry, incomplete.
Correction, third down, State
That brings
College.
up 3rd down and 10. Rolling left. Kulka tries to slide out of a tackle, but the tackle is made by Tristan Houston.
Connor Kulka brought down after a 2-yard gain. Flags are down.
A gain of about a yard here as the officials talk over the flag.
Holding. Offense, number 8. That penalty is declined. 4th down. Charge timeout, Gateway. Their last charge timeout of the half.
So with 4th down upcoming here, 4th down and 9, Don Hall uses his timeout as he anticipates getting the football here with an opportunity to try to cut into this State College lead, which currently stands at 14-0. It's Gateway football on GatewayGatorProductions.com. So 4th down and 9, and the punter's going to tuck and run to the near right-hand side, pick up more than enough for the State College first down. Shane Marowski tucks and runs and picks up the State College first down.
Ball spotted at the Gateway 45. That's a state high first down.
Toss from Kulka to the near side right is caught, pulling that one in.
Pass is complete to Demir Code.
Is Demir Code. And Code steps out of bounds.
Gain of 3
as he
on
approaches
the
42. So pickup of 3 brings up 2nd and 7 with 56 seconds to play. Flags come down. False start.
Prior snap.
So it'll be 2nd down after the false start, 5-yard penalty. (14-0) State College on top of Gateway. 2nd and 12 for the Little Lions. Kulka rolls left, throws left, pass complete And that'll be enough
Connor
for a
Kulka's
first
pass is
down. Pulling
complete
that
to
one in.
Fry.
A.J.
Gain
Fry.
of 14 on the play. Ball at the 33-yard line of Gateway. That's a state high first down.
Tackle made by Tristan Houston for Gateway. Kulka, straight drop back this time, pressured, rolls right. Now he's going to step forward and run. And will be flushed to the boundary as Tristan Houston forces him
Connor
out of
Kulka
bounds.
on the carry. Ball spotted at the Gateway 22. That's a state high first down.
Kulka throws across the grain, pass complete. Driving his way down inside of the...
is complete to Jake Lukac, and fans, your Little Lions have entered the Glen O'Habaker red
Jake
zone.
Lukac, the senior.
Please reset the game clock to 16, 1-6.
14 on the game clock currently. They reset it to 16. And State College threatens from the 7 after the pass from Kulka to Lukac. Kulka sends a man in motion. That's Lukac settling on the right. Toss to the right corner. Pass is incomplete. Mutual hand fighting. Players from both sides
third down,
trying to wrestle their way towards the football, and that'll bring up third down and goal with the ball at the 7. Kulka. Motion Sheffey next to him on the left. All motion man from right to left is Fry. Toss to that left side for Fry. The pass short. In coverage for Gateway, Nazir Diggs.
State College.
That brings up fourth down for the Little Lions. Will they bring on the field goal unit?
Sideline warning. State College, a member of the coaching staff on the field. First sideline warning does not include distance enforcement.
Well, the good news is that the officials here this evening wanted to make themselves known, and they've done a great job of it. Sideline warnings to both teams. 2 uniform violations against State College as they had 2 players forced to sit out of play until they adjusted knee pads. And now we'll have a field goal attempt by Shane Marowski, who picked up a first down on a fake punt. This one will be a 30-yarder from the right hash. That's up and good. And stretch of the State College lead to 17-0 with 7 seconds to play here in the second quarter.
With 7 seconds left in the first half, your score, State College 17, Gateway nothing.
So Gateway will have one opportunity with the football here. Could be on the kick return, or they may get one offensive play. We shall see. But regardless, lots for Gateway to clean up at halftime. As this has been far from a clean game for both of these teams. Gateway has had opportunities inside of State College territory. They turned it over and turned it over on downs. One time each, and then once were forced back from the 28 to the 45 and ended up having to punt.
It is time to please stand as one for the Keller kickoff.
And this one a little pooch kick which is grabbed by Gateway. Heady play there by Daryl Harper. Yet another Harper for Gateway. Dyson Harper, older brother,
Harper covers the
6 feet, 175, now playing at West Liberty. So another Harper playing D-back at Youngstown State. So lots of Harpers have made their way through this Gateway football program.
First down.
So Koutsakis will step under center, take the knee, and that'll be the final play of the second quarter. Well, we head to halftime. State College on top of Gateway by a score of 17-0. We hope you enjoy. The State College marching band will take a break for halftime, and it'll be third quarter action when we return here on Gateway Gator Productions.com.
Imagery that may cause discomfort.
Halftime in State College, Pennsylvania, getting set for quarter number 3. Adam Gusky on the call for you here in Central PA. Running the camera, keeping us on the air this evening. Lee Schaefer III. Want to thank him for making the trip up to State College PA in Memorial Field to help us bring this broadcast to you here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. It was a scramble to get everything up and running, and we were able to do our best to get you this show here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. And again, we will have an archive of this touched up and ready for you by the beginning of next week, as well as we're underway here in the second half as the kick will carry down towards the goal line. Sheffey carries it to the sideline.
Return for State College.
And he'll step out of bounds at around the 31-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Little Lions.
State high with 1st and 10 at the Little Lions 31.
Connor Kulka remains in at QB. As a preponderance of whistles happens yet again. And the chain gang has an issue on that far sideline. They seem to be tangled up pretty good. Talked about this earlier, this stadium, Memorial Field, in the center of State College, Pennsylvania. To our right-hand side, the vast majority of Penn State's campus. We're in the middle of town here. This stadium, its history dates back over 120 years when the land was given over to the school district. Like I said, initially it was a town dump before that was cleaned up by the school board, and they put in a running track, and then it became the primary athletic field for State College Area High School. It's move-in week for Penn State University, and the town was bustling when we drove through, and a lot of those folks made their way here to Memorial Field for this football game, as they continue to try to iron out the issues with the chains over on that far side of the football field. It'll give us another opportunity to run through the upcoming schedule here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. Next week, we've got a pair of games, and it will start on Wednesday. We'll have girls soccer against Obama Academy at 7:30 p.m. Then next Friday, the Gators will take on the NA Tigers in football at Pete Antamarino Stadium. The following week, after Labor Day, it'll be Thursday, September 4th, girls volleyball against Greensburg-Salem. Before the Gators host the Plum Mustangs in football, it'll be Josh Urish and Nathan Breisinger on the call for you for that one. A rare pairing here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. And the following Tuesday, boys soccer action. Tuesday, September 9th at 7:30. Boys soccer team takes on the Plum Mustangs before the Gators football team opens up Big East Conference play against the Kiski Cavaliers on September 12th. Then on Wednesday, September 17th, it'll be girls soccer action again as the Gateway girls take on the Shaler Titans. Following Friday, Gateway hits the road as they will travel to nearby Murraysville, PA to take on the Franklin Regional Panthers before we head back to the gym and girls volleyball action on Tuesday, September 23rd, 7 p.m. first serve against the McKeesport Tigers. And the Gators will be back at home for football action on Friday, September 26th at 7 o'clock against the Armstrong Riverhawks. Following week, we'll have boys soccer on Thursday, October 2nd, 7:30 kickoff for that soccer match between the Gateway Gators and the Norwood Knights. And then we head into October football as Gateway travels to Penn Trafford for the Battle of the Bell, and that game kicks off at 7:30 in Harrison City, PA. Before we head back to Pete Anna Marino Stadium for girls soccer, then boys soccer, back-to-back days on October 8th and 9th before the football game as the Gators football team hosts Woodland Hills. We are finally ready for action here in quarter three, 11:55 to play. It's 1st and 10 in the third quarter, and it is the Lions with the football heading left to right across your screen. Connor Kulka takes the handoff. Sheffey bounces left. Comes to the near side right. He is off to the races down the near boundary. Stiff arms a Gator and finally will be shoved out of bounds by Jaden Stammer.
Dante Sheffey on the carry for State College.
Big pickup there.
Ball at the Gateway 25. That's a state high. First
State College
down.
up 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Kulka again is going to hand off to Sheffey. Sheffey runs to his right where he'll be shouldered down.
Dante Sheffey on
Trio
the
of Gators there, including Jackson Smith and Colin Ireland.
The Glen Hawbaker red zone.
Ball carried inside of the 10. And State College has it in the red zone. Excuse me, not inside the 10, but inside the 20 to the 15, where it's 1st and 10 for State College. Kulka under center, in the shotgun. And he will hand it off, and nowhere to go this time. Is in the backfield to make the stop is Sena Agbonzi.
Walker on the carry. Sena Agbonzi on the tackle for Gateway.
So the stop in the backfield there for the big fella. 6 foot, 265-pound senior Agbonzi. Brings up 2nd down and 12 from the 17. Handoff running to the right-hand side and finally brought down inside of the 10 and around the 7-yard line to Sheffey. Flag is down, though, as 2 Gators were over there on the defensive side, Julian Dancear and Jaden Stammer.
Holding, offense, number 6, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, 2nd down.
Spot of the foul right near the 1st down marker. And they'll march it 10 yards back from the spot of that foul. And I guess they say the spot of the foul was at the 8-yard line. Excuse me. The 7, or it will be the 8. Let's see where they set the ball. So it will be set at the 18. So it was, spot of the foul was at the 8. And it's 2nd and 13 from the 18. As the motion man goes right to left, Kulka hands off, Sheffey runs right. He'll slide out of one tackle and then be wrestled down out of bounds by Colin Ireland.
Dante Sheffey on the carry, gain of 4 for State High.
Gain of 4 from the 17 down to the, I get a gain of 3 really, down to the 13-yard line where it's 3rd down and 9. Kulka again in the shotgun. Looks left now, looks back to the right-hand side, and the pass is incomplete on this near right-hand side.
Pass is
Dancear
incomplete.
on the
Fourth
coverage for the
down,
Gators. Yes, he could not find his intended receiver. Kulka could not. That brings up 4th down and 9 from the 14, and the field goal unit is on again for State College. Shane Marowski made a 30-yarder on the final score of the second quarter. This one will be about 32 yards from the right hash out of the hold of Kulka. Good snap, hold down, kick up, and that kick is good.
Shane Marowski's
And Shane Marowski's 32-yard field goal stretches the State College lead to 20
remaining
to
in the third
nothing
quarter.
here
Your
in
score,
the third
State
quarter.
College 20, Gateway nothing.
Earlier we mentioned Amari Gans, who was the Gators' leading rusher against State College a year ago. 14 carries, 55 yards. He's now playing college football at Wheeling with fellow Gateway alums Ahmad Harris and Leonard Sherrod.
Fans, it is time to stand as one for the Keller kickoff.
State College will kick off after the field goal by Shane Marowski. This kick by Marowski will carry down to around the 1 yard line, where again it's Terrance Cole on the return, and Cole breaks tackles out across the 30 and finally brought down at around the 35-yard line as the tackle was made by Zachary Spicer for State College.
Zachary Spicer on the tackle for State College. It will be 1st and 10 for Gateway at the Gators 35.
So the Gators start 1st and 10 at the 35. Koutsakis has looked pretty good here in his sophomore debut. Nearly 1,600 yards as a freshman last year, playing in 8 games for the Gators. He was injured in the game against Kiski, the bad slide, and that put a wrench in his complete season as that toss by Koutsakis' pass is complete to Casey Carter, the tight end, all conference a season ago. Pickup of 3 on that pass. 2nd and 7 as the clock continues to run with 9:35 to play here in the third frame. Koutsakis with the hard clap there, causing the Gators to It was a false start against Trayshawn Little. Not quite sure what the conversation is.
Snap, full start, offense, number 66, 5-yard penalty.
So Little, the guilty party, and that 5-yard penalty will push Gateway back. Bring up 2nd down and a dozen. Little has seen action at that right tackle spot. Craig Schultz got the start over there. At left tackle, Kane and Bandy. The center, Roberson Louis June. We've seen Senna Egbodzi at guard. That's where he stands right now at right guard. And then the left guard, I think, is Monte Lemon. As to the ground go the Gators, and the seas parted momentarily to allow a nice pickup there for Gateway's Tristan Houston.
Tristan Houston on the carry. Gain of 6 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 7 for Gateway. Keen Furmanek leading the defensive charge for State High.
Clock winding here, 3rd and 7 for the Gators with the ball at the 38. Koutsakis looks right, throws right, finds Terrance Cole. Cole off to the races, breaks a tackle, down the far sideline he goes. 20, 15, 10, 5, end zone, touchdown Gateway.
Pass is complete to Terrance Cole for a Gateway touchdown.
62-yard TD. Koutsakis to Cole. A Gateway touchdown, and the Gators are on the board. Jackson Mikulandrich, kicker for Gateway. That PAT is up and in.
The extra point
for the freshman.
Mikulandrich is good.
And Gateway has cut the deficit to 13. It's 20-7 State College on top of Gateway here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. The kid they call T. Cole for the Gateway Gators has had a couple of very impressive kick returns and then caught a pass from Elvis Koutsakis, and he was off to the races for a 62-yard Gateway TD. PAT follows, and Gateway down by 13, 20-7 here at State College. Nice kickoff here, carries down inside of the 5, but a better return by Sheffey out across the 25, and he'll be marked down right at the 30-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for the State College Little Lions.
Teron Gans on the tackle for Gateway. State College, 1st and 10 at the Little Lions 30.
Ball's on the right hash for State College. QB is the sophomore Kulka. Kellen Williams got the start, but it's been mostly Kulka since the latter stages of the first quarter. Kulka pressured, steps up, throws as he looks to his right-hand side, and the pass is incomplete. Jake Lukac, the intended receiver.
2nd down, State High.
And that incompletion brings up 2nd down and 10 with 8:06 to play here in the 3rd frame. A preponderance of incomplete passes and a lot of penalties today have certainly led to a long football game. We've been underway for about 2 hours plus now, and there's still 8:06 to play in the 3rd quarter. And as Sheffey runs to the left side, drives his way forward, and will be brought down. Jackson Smith on the tackle.
Gain of 8 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 2.
And a Gateway Gator is shaken up back in the State College backfield. Two athletic trainers out there to take a look at Monte Lemon, the defensive lineman. He's been helped to his seat and now to his feet. His head coach Don Hall comes out there to check on Lemon. 6 foot, 240-pound senior. And he sure has got himself a hitch in his giddy up, favoring that right leg. Getting a little assistance from the athletic trainers as he makes his way to that far sideline. So after Lemon gets to the sideline and we're ready for action, it's 3rd down and 2 for State College. with the ball at the 38. Kulka throws to his right-hand side where Sheffey's able to pick up positive yardage.
Connor Kulka's pass is complete to Sheffey. Tackle made by Julian Dancear.
Dancear on the tackle for Gateway. That'll be first and 10 for State College.
Down.
With the ball at midfield. Late snap, Kulka gathers it in though, throws down the near side right, and somehow that pass hung up long enough for Dancear Code to get underneath it and race into the end zone for a State College touchdown. And the Little Lions answer back as Gateway had cut into their advantage. State College is back to a point away from holding that 20-point lead. (26-7) your score. PAT on the way. And that PAT is up and in for Marowski. And Marowski gets knocked down after the play is over by Tristan Houston. A flag is on the field. The officials will sort that out. And the penalty will be assessed on the kickoff, so State College will be kicking off inside of Gateway territory at the 45. 7:19 to play, quarter 3. State College 7, State College 27, Gateway 7, here on GatewayGatorProductions.com.
Fans, it is time to please stand as one for the Keller kickoff.
And the kickoff from the Gators 45 after the roughing the kicker penalty, and a beautiful kick
Shane Marowski
by Marowski.
Through the end zone for a touchback.
It'll be a touchback, and Gateway starts 1st and 10. From the 20-yard line. No opportunity that time for T. Cole on the return. Ball will be spotted in the middle of the field after Gateway is set to get things rolling. From their own 20-yard line. Running left. Gateway's Tristan Houston.
Tristan Houston
picks up a couple.
Carry for Gateway. Gain of 2.
Handful of Little Lions there on the tackle. Leading the charge, Matt Gall.
Rowan Zanovo in on the tackle for State College.
Koutsakis off of play action. Rolls to his right. tosses one to Terrance Cole, and Cole can't get there. Cole had gotten behind Connor Young, but Koutsakis couldn't make the connection. That'll bring up 3rd down for Gateway. .6:38 to play here, quarter 3. State College 27, Gateway 7. Adam Gusky on the call for you, Lee Schaefer the third, our director and camera operator this evening. As Terrance Cole motions right, a flag comes down. Delay of game against the Gators.
Delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, 4 down.
After the penalty, 3rd and 13. Ball's at the 18. Koutsakis motions a man out of the formation. Tries to dump it off across the middle to Julian Dancear. That pass is incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
That brings up 4th down and 13. Tonight we talked about this being move-in weekend for Penn State. Well, the kids have certainly done their best to start their little campfires, and the smell of smoke is thick in the air, and you can actually see it in the lights, especially the end zone to our left-hand side here at State College. Bonfires, campfires, etc., a long-standing tradition at colleges across the country. I remember my days at Robert Morris University. Last Saturday before finals, bonfire kind of ended the night. And the party was over and it was time to crack down on finals and get ready to head home for the summer. Well, these young folks here at State College are just getting ready for the 2025-26 school year, both at the high school level, as we see on the football field here, as well as Penn State University nearby, as this end-over-end punt will slide through the hands of the return man, then be scooped up again by Hank Lustig. And Lustig wrestling his way away from Gateway Gators, and finally will be met and dragged down to the turf.
Jackson Smith's punt.
3 Gators involved in that tackle. Trey Little, Monte Lemon. And it'll be 1st and 10 for State College after the Gateway punt with 6:19 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
At the Gateway 48.
First and 10, play action. Kulka rolling left. He'll be tripped up from behind. Terrific closing speed, and no surprise there. Jackson Smith with the tackle. The defensive captain for Gator, one of the key returning starters. 102 tackles, 3 sacks, and 7 tackles for loss last year. Second down 11 for State College. Handoff. Sheffey runs left. Picks up a few. Stop is made by Roberson Louis June.
Sheffey on the carry for State College. Gain of 3. Jackson Smith on the tackle.
Clock winding down towards 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. State College faces a 3rd down and 8. High snap, Kulka off of play action. Throws it down the middle of the field. Battle for the ball. And it falls to the turf, incomplete. And a flag from 73 miles away from the play gets thrown. And Don Hall is certainly making it known that the official that threw the flag probably should not have thrown the flag. There were 2 officials back deep, and there was certainly contact.
Pass interference, defense, number 17, 15-yard penalty.
But that flag came from the side judge on the far sideline. And to say he's going to get an earful from Don Hall is an understatement. After the penalty, 1st and 10 for State College. The ball's at the 31-yard line. Play action. Toss to the right. Cutting his way across the field, getting his face mask grabbed hard was Cooper Ingold. And 2 flags came in, and that is the proper call by
Flags are down.
every stretch of the imagination. And fortunately, Cooper Ingold in good shape. 5'11" junior.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 16, half the distance to the goal, results in a 1st down.
Penalty was called against Jacob Zielinski, a 5'9" freshman quarterback. So I don't think that's who committed the penalty. I do believe it was Wendell Hall, 19, the 6'4", 190-pound senior. After the penalty, ball moves down to the 13-yard line, where it's 1st and goal for State College. The Little Lions on top of the Gators by 20 with 4:20 to play here in quarter 3. Ball run to the left by Sheffey, and he is brought down.
On the carry for State College, gain of 4. It'll bring up 2nd and 6.
4-yard gain to the 9, brings up 2nd down and 6. .335 to play third quarter. Handoff. Sheffey cuts it back to the right. Looks to turn the corner as he bounces off a Gator and crosses the goal line for a State College touchdown.
Run for a State high touchdown.
Ian Woods was the last Gator with a chance to make the stop, but could not do so. That stretches the State College lead to 26 points, 33-7, with 3:26 to play here in the third quarter. Shane Marowski is on to attempt the PAT. Late player on for the Little Lions. Snap true, hold down, kick up. That kick is good. 3:26 to play here in quarter number 3. State College 34, Gateway 7. It's Gateway Gator football on GatewayGatorProductions.com.
Your score, State College 34, Gateway 7. Fans, it is time to stand as one for the Keller kickoff.
And the kickoff
Shane
by Marowski carries into the end zone for a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 for Gateway at the 20-yard line.
Gators 20.
.326 to play here in the third frame. State College on their way to a 1-0 record. A year ago they were 11-2, winning District 6 in the 6A classification. Ended up losing to Pittsburgh Central Catholic in the PIAA quarterfinals, while Gateway missed the playoffs for the first time in the Don Hall era. This is his 10th season as the head coach of the Gateway Gators. Looking for a bounce back year this year. And they certainly have some of the tools to do so. And the Gators have shown some prowess tonight, but certainly need to sharpen some things up as the season progresses, as Koutsakis finds Carter, and Carter runs to the right, and he is forced out of bounds.
Elvis Koutsakis' pass is complete to Casey Carter. Rowan Zanoble in on the tackle for State College, gain of 5.
Running right, Tristan Houston. He'll be wrapped and driven back. A host of burgundy jerseys are there to make the stop
Houston on the
for the State College Little Lions. Leading the way, Jake Lukac, the 6'1 senior.
Jake Lukac leading the defensive charge for State High. No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 5.
Down under 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Gateway facing a 3rd down and 5 from their own 25. Play action, Koutsakis, pass tipped, but Gowder pulls it in, and there he goes, down the far sideline. Gowder with one man to beat to the 20, 15, 10, 5 end zone, and another long touchdown pass from Koutsakis. This time to the right-hand side to Tyree Gowder. And a 75-yard TD. The Gators cut the deficit down to 34-13 with the PAT on the way. McElandrich on to attempt the PAT for the Gators. Snap, hold, kick, all work well.
Point by Jackson McElandrich is good. With 2:03 remaining in the third quarter.
2:03 remains here in the third frame. It's State College 34, Gateway 14. Back with more Gateway football here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. Gators with the onside kick there. McElandrich with the dribbler, and it's covered up by State College.
Cohen Johnson
With the heady play for State College. And it'll be State College football with good field position right near midfield.
Little Lions will have 1st and 10 at the State High 48.
Gators step towards the ball. Jackson Smith specifically. But he gets back long before the snap by Connor Kulka and the State College offense. And Kulka will go to the ground to Sheffey, and Sheffey tries to reverse his field, stays on his feet for a moment, but then ends up getting brought down in the backfield by Jackson Smith.
Brought down in the backfield by Jackson Smith.
Smith stepped in his freshman year as a reserve linebacker and made his presence known immediately and has not left the field in the middle of that defense since. We talked about over 100 tackles a season ago. Earned a captain's spot here in his junior year, as did sophomore quarterback Elvis Koutsakis. Of course, K&M Bandy, another one of those captains for Gateway, future Bucknell Bison. As again to the ground go the State College Little Lions, it's Dante Sheffey. And he is brought down by Jaquan Reed, 5'10", 285-pound sophomore.
Wendell Hall on the tackle for Gateway.
Clock winding down to 35 seconds to play here in the third quarter. State College using the clock to their favor. Staying on the ground here in the third quarter, up by 20 on the Gateway Gators. Kulka rolls to his left, chased by Jackson Smith. He'll toss that far side, and the pass is incomplete. Coverage on the play by Carlos Diggs, and a flag comes from that far sideline as Diggs never really looked back for the football and had his hands inside on the intended receiver, Hank Lustig, and that'll be defensive pass interference against the Gateway Gators. And that one certainly comes across as a bit more well-earned and deserved.
Defense, number 4, 15-spot penalty from the previous spot results in a first down.
As well as properly called based on the official being on the spot to throw the penalty. "15 yards from the previous spot will set the ball at the 31-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for State College. Lions look to the sideline, get the play. Now Kulka will set with Sheffey to his right. Pulls that out of the belly of Sheffey and looks right, throws right, and cannot complete the pass. Coverage on the play by Ian Woods, as the intended receiver was Damir Code for the Little Lions. That'll stop the clock with 13 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Don't forget, join us next week on Wednesday and Friday. Girls soccer Wednesday night against Obama Academy at 7:30, and we've got football next Friday night at 7 o'clock as the Gators host the NA Tigers. With the time, with the play clock running down, State College takes a timeout, so we'll take a pause too. 34-14 is your score with 13 seconds to play in the third quarter. Gateway Gators football on GatewayGatorProductions.com. Getting back to live action here at Memorial Field in State College, PA. The host Little Lions on top of the Gateway Gators, 34-14. Pitch to the right-hand side. Sheffey now cutting it back to the left side. Takes it forward, bounces off of one tackler, and finally will be raced down by another. Big play there by Sheffey, and a touchdown saving tackle by Taiwan Napper, the 5'9" senior. Looks like Napper in the process had caught a cramp in that leg, being stretched out as we speak. And that'll be the final play of quarter number 3. We head to the fourth frame with the score: State College 34, Gateway 14 on GatewayGatorProductions.com.
Play, your score is State College 34, Gateway 14.
First and goal for State College as we await the first play of the fourth quarter. Little Lions on top of the Gateway Gators, 34-14. And to the ground go the Little Lions, and bouncing his way forward is Dante Sheffey, the running back.
Gain of 4.
Sheffey, 5'10", 205 pounds. Has looked good at the tailback spot for State College. Kulka in the shotgun. Sheffey to his right. Hand off to Sheffey. Dances right. Slides out of a tackle. Gets undercut by a second man and will be brought down inside of the 1 yard line.
2-yard run.
Sheffey with some hard running there, and it took several Gators
to
finally bring him down.
For State High.
So again, third and goal at the 1 here for State College. 34-14 your score. Gateway with 2 second-half touchdowns. And State College will motion the wing under center, and he'll drive his way forward for a touchdown, at least for the moment, but a flag is down. Came from the referee, and it'll be a legal shift against State College.
5-yard penalty, replay, third down.
You heard it from the referee's mouth. 2 men moving. And did not set. That'll move the ball back to the 6-yard line. Make it a little more difficult for State College to extend this 20-point advantage. Snap, Kulka rolls to his left, looks back to his right-hand side, finds a receiver on the goal line and into the end zone. Jake Lukac
for a 7-yard State
State College touchdown. And the Little Lions have stretched the lead to 40-14. If you recall, a season ago, when these two teams met at Pete Antomarino Stadium in Monroeville, Pennsylvania, it was a 49-14 victory for State College. PAT upcoming for Shane Marowski.
Shane Marowski's
PAT is good.
Attempt is good.
That stretches the State College lead to 27 points, 41-14 with 10:23 to go. Here in regulation. Tune into Gateway Gators football on GatewayGatorProductions.com.
Fans, it is time to please stand as one for the Keller kickoff.
Good kick.
Shane
Marowski carries into the end zone for a touchback.
Gateway will have
and it'll be first and 10 for Gateway at the 20. We've got ourselves a nice 2+ hour trip back to the eastern suburbs of Pittsburgh after tonight's game. Some rest, and then we'll be back at it next week. Girls Soccer Wednesday, football on Friday. As again, Gateway will step outside of their classification to take on the 6A North Allegheny Tigers. Koutsakis, shotgun. They'll hand off. Houston bouncing it right. Loses the football on the way down to the turf, but they'll say his forward progress had been stopped.
Tristan Houston on the carry for Gateway.
And it'll be a gain of 1 and second down and 9. As Houston is shaken up. Good news, looks like a cramp to be stretched out by the athletic trainer for the Gateway Gators. Thank you for joining us here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. Don't forget, we will have coverage of Gateway athletics throughout the entire school year. Of course, our fall sports, football, boys and girls soccer, and girls volleyball. Then in the winter, we'll have boys and girls basketball, wrestling, swimming. Hopefully we're able to get the swim meets in this year. Last year we had some issues with one weather-related issue and one pool-related issue that ended up canceling our 2 swimming broadcasts. And then as we head into the spring season, we'll have boys volleyball, boys lacrosse, and as girls football moves to the varsity level, we'll attempt to cover that. We'll see how that goes. I've only been witness to 1 girls flag football game at Antamarino Stadium. We'd have to figure out how that'll work, but we always seem to make it work here on GatewayGatorProductions.com, just like we did tonight. We were certainly behind the 8 ball as time was winding down, getting close to kickoff, but we made it happen for you, and we've got the coverage for you of this lid lifter to the 2025 season. Koutsakis, the QB. Play action, pumps left, now flushed as he runs to his right-hand side. Steps forward and just tosses it into the sideline.
Pass is incomplete. Flags are down.
And now a few tempers flare as Koutsakis got hit along the sideline. Initially, Roberson Louis-June took exception. Trey Little came over to try to calm things down, and we shall see what the officials have to say. As Koutsakis had thrown that one into the sideline.
Personal foul, late hit out of bounds on the defense. 15-yard penalty results in a first down.
That seemed to be the right call, at least on what initially had happened. Obviously, there could have been some additional penalties after the play. After the play had happened. But, you know, a lot of times when a quarterback gets pushed out of bounds, the officials are going to allow a little bit of retribution, especially by the offensive line. And I, as a former offensive lineman, may have some support in that. Just under 10 minutes to play here in this football game. As Koutsakis flushed right. Again, tosses it into the sideline. As he had nowhere to go with the football and received late pressure.
Second down and 10.
.50 to play here in the fourth quarter. Second down and 10 for the Gateway Gators. Palindromic deficit for Gateway, trailing State College 41-14 as Don Hall takes a timeout. That'll give us a chance to take a pause as well. Your score here in the fourth quarter. It's State College 41, Gateway 14, here on GatewayGatorProductions.com. Koutsakis goes to the air, throws to the left-hand side to T. Cole. And Cole is met back field and brought down. Good play made by Rowan Walker.
Rowan Walker makes the tackle in the backfield.
4 and 3rd and 14.
Loss of 4, third down.
3rd and 14 back at the 32-yard line. Ball's near the middle of the field for the Gateway Gators. Koutsakis looks right, throws back left, sets up the screen on that far side. Nowhere for Dancear to go, though, as he's brought down 2 yards deep in the backfield.
To Julian Dancear.
Loss of 2 moves the ball back to the 30, and it'll be 4th and 16.
Loss
And
of
full
3
punt
on
unit
the play.
will come on.
Noah Williams on the tackle for State College. It's
Maybe
4th
Jackson
down.
Smith stepping back to punt this one away for the Gateway Gators. Kick by Smith. Takes a bounce initially in favor of Gateway, and then it will be downed by Roberson Louise June, and we've got some extracurriculars after the play is over. Gateway's Ian Woods gets tied up with State College's Kareem Mustafa. Gateway starts the 2025 season much like they did in 2024 with a tough loss to the State College Little Lions a year ago. They lost 49-14, and with 8:11 to play here, it's 41-14. So not much of a different story thus far. Gateway finished the year on a 4-game losing streak. 3 of the Gators' losses came by 2 points or fewer, 2 one-point losses, including a 1-point loss at Woodland Hills and a home loss to Latrobe, and the 2-point loss at home to Franklin Regional. So those were some tough conference games for the Gators to lose.
During the play, personal foul, return team, personal foul, kicking team, those fouls offset, first down.
So after the offsetting penalties, it'll be 1st and 10 for State College with the ball at the 41-yard line. New running back in there for State College, and this is Rowan Walker carrying the football.
For State College.
Kellen Williams also has returned to the game at quarterback for the State College Little Lions.
Ball spotted at the Gateway 48. That is
pick
a
up there
high.
for State College.
First down.
So 1st and 10 for State College, now inside of Gateway territory at the 48-yard line. Clock ticking under 8 minutes to play. Matt Lintel, the head coach of State College since 2014, got his 100th win a season ago as they went 11-2. And back to the ground go the Little Lions, and running to this near side left is Noah Williams as he's shouldered out of bounds.
Run for State College.
A lot of new guys out there for the Gateway defense, especially in the secondary. And now the line will start to be subbed out.
That is a State high first.
We see a couple of new faces out there. Talked about Julius Clark checking in earlier along the offensive line at right guard. Now he's in on the defensive front at left defensive tackle. The aforementioned sophomore Jaquan Reed is out there. On the right defensive end is Dylan Graham. As again, to the ground go the Little Lions, and nowhere to go on that right-hand side as the tackle's made by Casey Carter.
Loss of 1 on the play.
Williams had nowhere to go that time.
Jaquan Reed on the tackle for Gateway.
The State College ball carrier, Noah Williams, not able to make it all the way to the sideline before heading down to the turf as he is shaken up. Again, want to thank Lee Schaefer III for making the trip up here to Central Pennsylvania with me from Murraysville, where we started our trek when we met up and then made our way out here and make our way back to the eastern suburbs of Pittsburgh, where we'll have Gateway girls soccer and football next week. Also want to thank Lee Schaefer Jr., our engineer, helping us get ready for today's game, and he'll be on our crew all season long. I look forward to him being back behind the camera next Wednesday and Friday. And of course, all of our talented announcers, Vince Russo and I will be on the call for you next week. Talked about Josh Urish and Nathan Breisinger, who will be joining us for the football game on September 5th. Spencer Witt will be covering soccer and a couple of football games for us as the season goes on. And then, of course, we have our additional crew members who will be running camera for us. On the the football side, Dale Breakall, Bree Guskey. Austin Schaefer will be helping out the crew again this year in various different capacities. And when we get to our games of the week, soccer, volleyball, etc., Bree Guskey and Gazal Mamnoon will be manning the cameras as well. This ball gets bounced to the left side for State College's Jaden Bird.
Jaden Bird on the carry for
and
State
Bird is
College.
brought down after a modest gain,
Tyree
bring up
Gowder on the tackle.
3rd down and 9. So gain of 3 on that play.
It'll bring up 3rd and 9 for the Little Lions.
Down under 6 minutes to go. Motion man left to right, and a collision as the snap hits off of the motion man and Cooper Ingold, and Julius Clark getting into it with a reserve offensive lineman, Charles Lombardi.
On the offense, that foul is declined, 4th down.
Gateway will decline the penalty. And we'll accept the result of the play, which was a loss of 7 yards back to the 41-yard line. And punt unit is on for State College. Running right, and this time the punt will be kicked by Shane Marowski. And will carry inside of the 10 and be downed by the Little Lions at around the 7-yard line.
Officials timeout for an injured player.
So a player shaken up. It's Gateway's Taryn Johnson, 5'6" senior. Hitching his giddy up as he makes his way to the sideline.
1st and 10 Gateway.
So we'll see the Gators offense. We'll see a smattering of new players out there for this Gateway offense, especially along that offensive line from what we can see from this vantage point. Trey Little has played the lion's share of snaps tonight at right tackle, but he remains in there, as it was Craig Schultz who got the start at that position, but everybody else along that offensive front is new, including the center, Julius Clark, as Gateway was going to step under center there with freshman QB Mason Mitchell. Gateway takes a timeout. They want to make sure that they've got the proper personnel out there on the field. Right guard was Jaquan Reed as the Gators headed to the field. Max Goss is the left guard. I'll let you know that left tackle momentarily for the Gateway reserve offensive line. Left tackle Dorian Bell, the 6'1", 245-pound sophomore. As the freshman QB Mitchell goes to hand it off, the ball comes loose. A battle for it down there on the turf with just under 5 minutes to play. And it's State College football as they come out of the bottom of the pile with it. And the officials will say it's Gateway ball. State College, like I said, came out of the pile with the rock, but apparently the umpire had initially seen that Gateway had possession of the football cleanly down at the bottom of the pile before it was pulled away from a Gator. So the clock continues to wind down towards 4.5 minutes to play. Mitchell in the shotgun, takes the snap, play action, tosses to the left side, and the pass is incomplete.
Mason Mitchell's pass
Mitchell is looking for Nazir Diggs. Diggs, who saw significant action in the first half in the secondary, making an appearance here on the offensive side of the football for the Gateway Gators. Mitchell, straight drop back. He'll drop it off on a screen, but read well by State College, and the defender making the play, Evan Scott, the 6'3" sophomore, back near the goal line.
Mason Mitchell's pass is complete to Julian Dancear. Loss of 3 on the play. Evan Scott on the tackle for State
Ball's back
College.
to the 2, and the punt unit will have to come out for the Gateway Gators.
It's 4th down.
This is a situation where, you've got so many substitutes out there, and now Gateway needs to figure out, we need to get all of the starters on that punt team back on the field, and they scrambled to do so with time winding down on the play clock. And Jackson Smith gets the punt away, and that punt will die down at around the 33-yard line, where it's downed by Gateway's Monte Lemon.
Is down at the 33. It'll be first down, State College at the Gators 33.
Obviously tuned in tonight on GatewayGatorProductions.com and on our YouTube channel, Gateway Gator Productions. We'll have a new outlet this year, fan.huddle.com, and search Gateway Gators. And we'll have coverage of that all year long. Now, not only will our productions be on there, but all games where there are Huddle cameras at Gateway facilities. For instance, the stadium, and I believe in the gym. As long as those games are programmed by the athletic department, they will be available for you to watch.
Michael Yuri carries.
And of course, we will have our weekly productions on there as well. State College goes to the ground, running to the right-hand side. And ball carrier brought down at the 20.
That is
as the clock continues to wind down towards 3 minutes 5 seconds to go. Of course, you can tell by the sound effects, we are seeing the home team in the red zone. Pitch to the left. The ball carrier, Bird. And Bird is brought down as he heads towards the 20. Some hard hitting by the Gateway secondary, including Daryl Harper.
Jaden Bird on the carry for State College. Gain of 7. Second down.
Clock winds down towards 2 minutes and 15 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. It is now 10:07, a 3+ hour football game. As I said, a preponderance of incomplete passes, lots of penalties, few injuries certainly haven't helped matters tonight, and a huge hit by Gateway knocks the ball loose, and the Gators come out of there with the takeaway.
Carry for State College. Fumble recovered by Gateway.
And the recovery by Teron Gans. And Gans with that fumble recovery after the big hit. Gives the ball back to Gateway with 1:48 to play here in the fourth. Another opportunity for the Gateway reserves on offense to try to get something going. Straight from the sideline to the line of scrimmage. Freshman QB Mitchell. He'll hand off, a little hesitation, then a big burst, and running to the left side. There goes Julian Dancear off to the races inside of the 40, and he's finally wrestled down at around the 36-yard line. A big burst there for Dancear.
On the carry for
the Gateway's junior, 5'11", 185.
Tyree Mustafa on the tackle for State College. 1st and 10, Gateway at the Little Lions 36.
New left guard out there for Gateway. Dylan Graham, who saw action on the defensive front tonight for Gateway at that right defensive end spot. Low snap, handoff, Dancear bouncing right, cuts it forward, spinning his way inside of the 30 to the 27-yard line. Clock winding down to about a minute to play.
On the play.
Second and 2 for the Gators. Mitchell with Dancear over his right shoulder. And Dancear will take the handoff again. Burst to the right, slides out of a tackle, dances through a second one, and is brought down inside of the red zone at the 18-yard line with the Gators' first down.
Julian Dancear rushes for Gateway.
Clock winding down to 30 seconds to play here. And if Gateway should choose to do so, they could allow this clock to expire, but I think with the reserves out there, they want to try to get some points on the board with the reserves out there without using any timeouts, as the handoff will go to the right side. Racing to this near boundary is Daryl Harper. And Harper grabbed up around the helmet.
Daryl Harper on the carry for Gateway.
With 9 seconds to go here, a penalty on the field. The official's going to iron this one out.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, half the distance to the goal. The clock will start on the snap.
So Gateway will have an opportunity to run one more play here with 9 seconds to go. Harper the tailback. Mitchell the quarterback. The snap by Clark, play action. Mitchell has a receiver open, but a nice break on the football, knocking it down to the turf. A D-back for State College, 21, Mason Evans. Five seconds to play. Mitchell the QB. He'll hand off to Harper. Harper is met. Tries to wrestle his way free to no avail, and that'll be the final play of the football game. Your final score: State College 41, Gateway 14.
State College 41.
State College, their record now 1-0 on the year, while the
on behalf of the State College area
Gateway Gators, they fall to 0-1 on the season. They've got some work to do with the North Allegheny Tigers coming to town next week for State College. They'll be on the road at Altoona in a District 6 game. Well, that'll do it for our coverage here at State College High School. I want to thank my director and camera operator, Lee Schaefer III, for making the trek up here, making this broadcast happen for you tonight. I want to thank our entire crew for getting us ready for this one tonight, including Vince Russo with the research and Lee Schaefer with his engineering prowess. And, of course, we will be back with you next week as we talked about it. Girls Soccer Wednesday, football next Friday. One final time, your final score, State College 41, Gateway 14, and you watched it right here on GatewayGatorProductions.com.